Welcome! Today, we're diving into something that's totally changing how we interact with data. It's all about building a bridge between raw, confusing numbers and the clear answers we need. And we're going to see exactly how Copilot in Power BI is making our data, well, talk.
You know the feeling, right? We've all been there. You're sitting on this mountain of super valuable data, but getting a straightforward answer feels like you need some kind of special translator. There's just this huge chasm between the people who need insights and the complex data itself.
And this slide, it just captures that transformation perfectly. On the left, you've got the old way, that traditional, complex report builder that's pretty intimidating if you're not a data expert. But on the right, it's just a simple chat box. The whole goal is to make that leap. And today, we're going to see how it's done.
Now, this problem actually has a name. It's called the data disconnect. It's that gap between the super technical developers who prepare all the data and the business users out on the front lines who just need quick, clear answers to do their jobs.
So, how do we close that gap? Well, you meet your new AI assistant, Copilot in Power BI. Seriously, think of it as that expert translator, the one that finally connects those two worlds so they can speak the same language. And it's not just for the business user asking all the questions. Copilot is actually an incredibly powerful tool for the developers too. It helps them prep the data models way more efficiently and build better reports. It streamlines the entire process from start to finish.
But here's the thing, for that bridge to be strong and reliable, you have to build a really solid foundation. And that means you've got to prep your data so an AI can actually understand it. This isn't just a techie step, it's about teaching the AI the unique language of your business.
And that foundation, it really rests on three key pillars. First, you've got to simplify the data schema. Second, you create what are called verified answers for common questions. And third, you give the AI some specific instructions. So let's break down what each of those actually means.
Okay, step one is all about tidying up. Think of it like decluttering your house. You get rid of all the stuff that's maybe necessary behind the scenes, but just confusing for a conversation. Things like internal ID columns. By using clear, descriptive names and hiding anything that's irrelevant, you're creating a clean, straight path for Copilot to find the right information. Next up, you can basically pre-program accuracy right into the system. This is done with something called verified answers, which are kind of like a curated FAQ for the AI. You think about the common questions your team is going to ask, and then you link them directly to a perfect, pre-made visual that you already know is 100% correct.
For instance, let's say people are always asking about the sales pipeline. Well, you can create a verified answer so that whenever a related question comes up, it automatically pulls up the one definitive chart showing total opportunities by sales stage. This guarantees consistency and, more importantly, trust in the AI's answers.
And the last piece of this foundation is giving the AI some insider knowledge. AI instructions are where you feed it all that context that isn't obvious just from looking at the raw data. You're pretty much teaching Copilot the unwritten rules and unique quirks of your business.
This is where that context becomes absolutely crucial. For example, you could tell Copilot something like, hey, just so you know, our industry sees a huge spike in activity on the first Friday of every month. With just that one little instruction, the AI can now understand the why behind the numbers, and its analysis becomes so much more intelligent.
Now, a real quick but important clarification here. You might hear about two different kinds of AI help in the Microsoft world. The Copilot in Power BI we're talking about today is pre-configured for these specific tasks. Then there are Fabric data agents, which are more customizable tools for totally different situations. For our purposes, we're focused squarely on Copilot right inside Power BI.
Okay, so you've built the foundation. The schema is clean, your answers are verified, the instructions are all set. Before you open this bridge for everyone to start using, there's one last critical step, the final check.
You have to test it, and I mean really test it. Ask it the tough questions, double-check the results, and make sure it's behaving exactly as you expect. Once you're confident, you give it the official seal of approval. You literally mark the semantic model as prepped for AI. And that's like a green light for the whole organization, telling them, hey, this data set is ready to talk.
And now, we get to the payoff. After all that careful preparation, the bridge is finally open. And business users can do something that's honestly revolutionary. They can just chat with their data.
So a user can just pop open the chat and ask a question in plain, everyday English.
No code, no complicated filters. Just a simple question, like, what were our top sales regions last quarter?
And this is where the magic really happens. Copilot doesn't just spit back a number. It gives you a whole package. It delivers a visual to back it up, it explains how it got the answer to build your trust, and it gives you a quick, shareable summary of its findings.
And this is why this whole thing matters so much. It's all about empowerment. This kind of technology just tears down those technical barriers. It allows everyone in the organization, from the CEO down to the sales team, to make truly data-driven decisions all on their own.
So really, the ultimate takeaway here is this incredible shift. We're moving away from a world of complex data analysis and into a world of clear, simple conversation. We're finally teaching our data to speak our language.
Which kind of leaves us with one fascinating question to think about. If your data could actually, truly talk, what would be the very first thing you'd ask it?